Okay, I think I'm real. I can't even speak. I am real, guys. I'm not a cardboard cutout. Um, I think I'm live. I had to pull over on the side of the road because I still never was able to make it home. I tried my best, but I promised you guys 4:15, so it's happening. I am gonna sign on with Stefania, and my phone is also dying. Just a series of errors. Okay. Let's see. Hi, everyone. Oh, first of all, before I forget, the lip sync videos are so awesome, so great. You guys are doing such an amazing job. They're so funny to watch, and you guys are so creative. So impressed. You guys have made me laugh, and also you guys had some really good throwback scenes too. That was really cool to see those as well. Anyways, so thank you for all of those. I'm really excited. It's going to be really hard to pick who the winner is of the cutout. Typing in invite. I don't think she's on yet. So we'll just chill, I guess, for a second. Because I think it would show it if she would. Oh, you are on. Hi.
On it.
It usually shows, oh my God, you look stunning and I look like a bum. It normally shows a little green dot if someone's on when you invite them, and it didn't show it. So I was like, I don't know where she is. Okay. Hi, Bella.
Hi, Bella.
Two of our smiling faces. A lot of people haven't been seeing that lately.
I know.
Okay. How's your day been? How are you doing without giving away anything?
I just saw you this morning, and since then I came back. I walked Jeff, and then I learned my lines for tomorrow, and then now I'm here. I haven't even taken my makeup off from this morning. What about you? You set?
I am in my car. I was headed home, and I have no makeup on my face.
I was gonna say something, and I remembered.
You were gonna say something. You were almost gonna say a spoiler. But no, all of my makeup is off. There's nothing on my face. So I wanted to put a filter too, and I should have. I know you love filters, so I should have just done a filter.
Okay.
I don't know. Can you do them after the fact? Oh, you can. My whole world has just changed. How does this happen though? Nothing happened. Did something happen? Are you seeing something happen?
I feel like both you have to do it on your side, on your end.
Do you press a little button that has a face?
With the stars?
Yeah. Because my, oh my, I need a filter.
No, you don't. First, stop it. Oh, I like it.
Okay. I love you for saying that. But did you just press it and it came up or what? Because I got nothing.
Filters that I didn't. Oh, hi. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. I found it. Ooh, look at that. Hey-oh. Okay. I figured it out. Okay. In the meantime, I'm going to ask, I have my list of questions too, which is going to help. You look stunning. You do not need any filter at all.
These filters are weird also. I feel like I look like a caricature of myself.
This one kind of does something a little cool.
I like the little vintage one. This is cute.
Okay. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to look vintage. Okay. So first I wanted to start it off because I started off Barrett's this way. And let me know if you can't hear me at any time because there's also about a million cars zooming by my car while I'm parked on the side.
No, it's actually pretty quality. The sound is really good.
Amazing. Okay. So tell me about something you do for yourself on a regular basis that makes you happy.
Eat Nutella.
Stop it. I don't believe that for 1 second. Is that what you do?
You don't believe? Oh, yeah. You kidding me? Nutella, and you're a chocolate person, and I'm using candy. Like how
the bochi, or how do you say those ones you love? BOCI?
Bachi. I like the bachi, but that's my go-to candy, like the Haribo. You know, actually, you did the video with Boris. Yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking love them. The little gummy.
You love gummy bears.
I do. What about you first?
What do I do that makes me happy on a daily basis? I don't know. Hug people.
You do. Yeah, definitely. I always say that. I feel like you're one of those people that get charged by hanging out with people, even strangers. You get fed with people.
Yeah. Amazing. I like hugging people. The pandemic has not been easy on me in that regard. I mean, it hasn't been easy on anyone, but I've been like, do you want a hug? Can I hug you? Okay. There's not a delay on your side, right? It's just my side.
I heard you fine. I don't hear a delay, but maybe there is some on my side.
I think it's just on mine because no one is saying anything. So I'm just going to hopefully never overstep, like jump on what you're saying. But if I do, just let me know. I'll try to pause. Okay, I wanted to talk about the episode. Obviously, we can't talk too much. We don't even know what's happening with half the stuff that we're doing. But I'm making sure I look at my notes specifically for anything word that comes out of my mouth.
Queen of the clip for Danielle Savre.
Turned into an iPad, but yes.
Modern.
Queen of the iPad. So at the end of the last episode, 605, we see Maya reach for her, or Maya's on the treadmill. Karina calls Maya. Maya ignores it, and Karina grabs for a pregnancy test in the drawer.
Everybody thought it was a vibrator.
Did they really? Why don't I remember? No way. I mean, would have been a good storyline too.
Yeah, fair enough. Choices.
Maybe not so in line with the show and where it's going, but
fair enough. Go ahead. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
That was your question. Where your question was going, but obviously it wasn't.
No, wait. I'm making sure. I have to be so cautious with what I say. Okay. So how so far has it been filming all these scenes? Did you expect this season that it was going to go down this road after last season? Have you had fun playing this character this season? And where do you think, or you expect, or do you want the relationship to go? And obviously you don't have to answer any of this if you feel like it gives away too much.
Okay. These are all very good questions.
There's a lot.
Start from the beginning. So I definitely did not expect them to go this route this season. I like to show also when a couple isn't doing it, because it is part of couples reality. We both our characters have pretty strong personalities and have gone through a lot. I feel like I like playing different colors. I feel like the only downside of playing this storyline is that also us as actors, I feel like it's been a little hard to me. I was like, oh my god, she doesn't like me.
Do you want to tell the story of the doors?
Oh yes, okay, there is a story. So I get to set, usually Danielle and I are in the same holding room, this room where we stay while we wait to be called on set to do our scenes. And usually it's like Stefania and Danielle and Stefania. And one day I show up on set and there is a room with only Danielle written on it, our room with only Danielle written on it. And then I'm in the different room and I'm like, she doesn't like me anymore. I mean, it was so sad. And I feel like because of what our characters were going through, I didn't really feel like having that conversation with you while we were shooting, because you had to be mad at me. And then one day you showed up at rehearsal and you were like, I think you were already in character. So during the rehearsal, you were like, taka, 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 and I was like, she definitely hates me. Now, like, she definitely canceled me from the room. And I feel like this narrative kept on going, and then things happened. I had to go to Italy, which is another story. And I came back and we finally managed to get together for coffee, and we told each other about like all these movies that we had made up in our heads, and the fact that it was what happened. Jordan, the person that takes care of us on set, and decided that we could have more room. And so he put us in 2 different rooms, and I created a whole movie about nothing.
And I think he always assumes, like, if you guys want to sit in the same room, just sit in the same room. But I was in such a headspace to do those scenes that you were, like, nervous to talk to me. And you created this whole storyline that I was, like, this narrative in your head. And then when you got back, I was like, let's talk about this. What happened? You're like, the rooms.
They didn't like me anymore.
And then today, but then remember today, Jordan did the same thing, and we had to have a conversation. We're like, Jordan, don't ever put us in separate rooms. Like, always put us in the same room.
Yeah, it'll be fun. For a fact, it was Jordan. It wasn't Danielle trying to get in.
Which, you know, sometimes I am. Then the other day, what did I have? Like AirPods on the entire day and just sitting in my dark corner. You're like, oh.
Which makes sense, and that's the hard part of playing characters that are fighting or not getting along. So that was like a long answer to your question, but I feel like I want to again flip. Was it third part of the question?
It was kind of like, where do you see the storyline going, which I know is a really hard question to answer, and like, where would you want it to go? But you also don't have to answer because it's really hard, because we don't know where it's going, and I'm afraid that then we say stuff and then people think that's where it's going sometimes.
Like, we just pitched something today that is like for very fresh, and that's what I would love for the story to go, the relationship to go. But I feel like I don't want to jinx it. I also don't want to say pitch, because if it happens, then it's a massive spoiler. So maybe you have this question.
I just hope that there are many, many, many more scenes and years of Marina scenes, however they may be, because I love and enjoy working with you all the time. So.
And being in the same room with me.
And being in the same cast room. Yes. Oh gosh, that was a funny situation. I'm glad it's resolved. Okay, let me see this next question. Okay. So how do you empathize with what your character is going through now, with what Karina's going through now? Do you have any personal stories yourself that you've gone through? You don't have to divulge, just, and how did those work out? Or even friends, like sometimes it's not even just a relationship, it's someone else is going through something that affects your relationship as a whole that then you have to address. Tell Jeff I said hi. She's saying hi.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry. I had the dogs growling in like the background of the first live.
Okay, so Jeff, it's okay. Come here. We're all friends. Good. Okay, so
yeah. I'm making sure I look at the notes.
Yeah.
Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, it's tough, because I don't think I've ever had somebody close to my inner circle going through something in this way.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely have a lot of friends that deal with problems and issues and work situation and stress in different ways, and it's very fascinating to see how different people have their own approach. Some people need to talk the things through. Some people would love to go to therapy once a week, even if they don't have anything specific to discuss, and some people just need to dance it out. And so it's pretty amazing to portray like different ways to go through pain and trauma. I need to dance shit out. Did I say shit? I did.
You can go for it.
Out and play music, because I feel like when the feeling is so overwhelming, I don't know what to do with it and with myself, and so I feel like I need to let it out somehow in a physical way. So for me, what I relate the least with Karina is the obsession with kids. But it's something so fun to play, because we are not our characters and our characters are not us. Yes, there are similarities, but it's also fun to play something that you're not. I feel like, what about you? I feel like you're having so much fun playing this Maya.
I mean, as an actor, yeah, it's been a gift. Like, the writing has been amazing and dark, and it's been fun to show this side of her. I've got to be careful what I say. So yeah, as an actor, I'm just gonna leave it at that. What'd you say?
Just 2 days ago, I think, was the most intense.
That was intense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think as an actor, it's been a gift. Obviously it's hard to watch Maya go through what she's going through, which I think everyone else has seen too. So from an admirer of the show myself, like watching Maya go through it is hard. Watching our relationship on, the Maya and Karina relationship on camera go through what it's going through is hard, but it's nice to see that layer and to see how they overcome this, if they overcome this, and how they go about trying to overcome it. So it's been fun to play. But I know that's definitely not what anyone that watches the show probably wants to hear. How would you have handled the situation if you were Karina? How would you, Stefania, have handled dealing with Maya?
Well, Karina is a saint. I feel I have a bit of more. I feel like I have a bit more of a temper. I started as temper, and so I'm like, you know what? You don't treat me like this. But I love slamming doors. I love making a scene. So I think I would have done that, and still come back and be okay. Let's talk about it. But I would have made more, to be.
Would you say that's my iPad is now dying, so I'm trying to plug it in so I have the fan questions. It's always something. Would you say that's very on par with like Italians in general? Is like
I don't want to generalize because, for example, my bestest friend she's Italian and she's a Virgo, and she puts order in my freaking brain, and so she's calm and wondered, but she's still possessive, even though she's very calm and grounded and all that. So maybe I definitely like my brother and my sister.
Breathe it out, breathe it out, breathe it out, breathe it out, breathe it out. You okay?
You talk.
I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna change the subject real quick, and we're gonna talk about some fan questions before the iPad dies. Does that sound good?
Yes. Great.
Emma Bailey asked, how do you think Marina will be at Moms? What is your version? What do you think Karina will be like as a mom? Or is that not helping right now?
When she will teach her dirty words.
Teach her dirty words? Teach her daughter dirty words? In Italian, though?
Yeah. So nobody knows.
Amazing. Who do you think will be the stricter of the parents? Maya. A part of me like almost wants to see the opposite, right? Like a part of me wants to see like Karina be the like really strict one that you didn't expect, and like Maya be like the softie that's like the good cop bad cop dynamic.
I can actually see that because Karina wants it so much that she could turn into a very apprehensive mother, and maybe Maya, she could be more like live and let live, like get a little bit more relaxed about motherhood. Maybe that could be fun also too, if they have a kid to explore.
Yeah. We only find out in time. In time, we'll find out what their versions of parenthood look like. Nyla asks, what do you want for each of your characters in the future? Some of these questions kind of get hard because you don't know.
It is hard. I feel like for me, I think I can say that I love Karina being all about family and kids, but also miss Karina of like season 14 of Grey's that had like a mission, was very focused on work and women's sexuality and the study and all the fun stuff. So I would love to be a little bit more balanced.
Well, that'd be nice. I miss seeing you more on Grey's personally too, and like seeing work Karina, because it's hard to incorporate work Karina, into Station 19.
Great with the clinic, and I love the friendship between
Ben
and Grey Damon, which is not Jack. Oh my God. I feel like the characters and the actors would get intertwined. What about you? How do you feel? Like, where would you like Maya to go?
Right now, that's hard. It's actually a hard question. I'd obviously like her to work through her stuff and figure some stuff out and get on the other side of all of this. However she does that. The iPad officially died. Couldn't find the charger. But I think in the end, I just want her to be happy. Like, I would love to see firefighter Maya back as well from a work standpoint, and getting to see her actually like do what she's really good at I would love to see all the positives, honestly. Us be great at a relationship, whatever that is.
Right.
You know, you know, even if we in the future, oh my God, I'm going to say something and people are going to lose their mind. God forbid, like Maya and Karina just become friends. Like, regardless of what happens with them, I just hope they're on good terms.
Yes.
So I think that good terms of the relationship, everyone's happy, and Maya's still like getting to be a badass. But like, I just don't want Maya and Karina to never like part ways in bad terms. So as long as I would love it, because we can't control what the writers are going to do. As long as I know people are literally losing their minds. Sorry. I don't know if that's going to happen, guys. I'm just saying I would love for everything to stay positive.
Nothing.
What'd you say?
We don't know nothing. We pitch things, but it doesn't ever, like, we literally don't know. What about this? That?
Yeah.
Or
And
like,
yep. I do remember the next question was from Devin, which was what was your favorite performance of mine, and what was my favorite performance of yours so far?
the favorite performance of yours, I think the most memorable, and it's also the freshest, the one from the day before yesterday.
The one that no one has seen.
So I can talk about it, but man, you will see that, and it's pretty freaking great.
It is. I'm trying to think of my favorite of yours. Like, I immediately want to go to like the emotional stuff of like you with your brother and like that whole episode arc that you played. But I kind of have to say, and you may not agree with me with this, I loved you spazzing out before the the what?
Mono Karina with the
Yes. Like, I just don't know if I have an attachment because of how we filmed it and how funny it was, and you were all over the place, and like that little laugh I give before I give my speech to you was like so authentic, because that's hard to do. Like, it is really hard to like thread the needle of being like playing hormonal but real and emotional and laughy. And I know every time you finish one of those scenes, you're like, is this coming off good? Because I feel crazy. And I was like, it's a good thing. You're supposed to feel crazy. But I thought you did. I mean, all the work you do is brilliant. But like, I thought that was so much fun to see that side of you, and like to get to play opposite it.
I feel the same about you, by the way. I feel like, come on, it's an honor and always. And spinning the wheel. Oh, you're back.
You're back too. I see you.
Thank you. I like that. I liked the episode. It was fun. It was different and it was crazy.
It was. And then I think the last thing I wanted to segue in, because I know we have to hop off soon, the episode's about to start, is we both, as people I think know, are now directing. We both directed our own shorts. Yours just premiered recently to standing ovations. Everyone loved it. I love it. I've seen it. Do you want to talk a little bit about your short, what your future is with the short, and your future as a director, and what your aspirations are, and where the inspiration from your film? Basically, just riff a little bit on your directing stuff for me.
Wow. Okay. Well, are you going to do the same after?
Huh?
Are you going to do the same after about your... No?
They already heard enough about my directing.
Okay. My short, oh my God, like, it's a very, very, very personal story. It was shot entirely in Sicily. It was shot also partially on film. So it was like a project. As a first short, that was like, I'm gonna go all out, and I am very proud of it. I feel like aspiration, I would love, it was so fun to direct, and I feel like we not even for a second. I love working with my actors, and it was so fulfilling, and it was like an exercise I did for muscle. And then for the future, I would love to get my first directing gig on our show, just because I feel like it's such a safe environment, and it will be an amazing opportunity to get build extra confidence with a crew and a cast that we know and love. Even though working with a cast that you know so well could be challenging because people could not take you really seriously because you're their castmate. But it's a challenge that I would be willing to take on. And then I can't ask you this on camera because it's spoiling already.
Okay. Don't tell me anything. Unless, what
Okay.
is it spoiling? Is it spoiling something to do with directing?
Yeah?
They know that I'm directing this season. Yeah. I think if anyone follows me on my page, they know I'm directing. So they know I'm directing this season.
How you feel about that?
I'm so excited. It's getting closer and closer, which is making me a little more nervous. But you know me, I'm gonna be overly prepared. I think my biggest issue is just gonna be having to let it go when I get to set. Yep, I'll have my iPad. And so I think my biggest issue will be making sure I let things go, because as you know, nothing goes as planned when you come to set. You know, actors want to play things differently, lines get changed, and so that's gonna be my biggest hurdle, is like being open to the fact that it's not gonna be exactly how I planned it in my head. But I'm excited for you to direct on Station 19. I'm putting it out there. I know it's gonna happen. I can't wait for the world to see your short. I think it's beautiful, and you did an absolute excellent job with it.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yours. I feel like we worked so hard on it, and yeah, but we should be very.
Yeah, you should as well. I think I heard that right. I think you cut out, but I think what I'm saying is you should be proud of yourself as well.
Yeah, bloody internet. I actually said it like we should be very proud of ourselves.
There we go. And we should be. We've been through a lot with those short films. So yeah. So I wanted to end on that. Anything you want to leave us with the episode that's about to start in 18 minutes that I'm going to drive the last couple minutes to get home?
No, exactly. Drive safely. So get off the from live and go home. And actually, I'll see you in a few hours.
You will. I love you dearly. I will see you very soon. You're amazing, and I hope everyone enjoys the episode tonight.
Ciao, happy finale.
Ah! Bye.